All right, great people. Let's see where we at. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see if anything has changed. Is anybody trying to attack me? Let me update y'all on what I got going on, what I'm scheming on, what my next plans are. I pretty much feel like I got this game won, so I can relax a little bit and just show you guys how I'm going to close this game out. This is my first time getting this far in the game, so I felt it was important to show you guys what I got going on. Okay, now let's first start off by showing you what the score is and what I need to do to try to win this game. Okay, now right now we have 3 coalitions that we need to deal with, that I need to break down. We got the Minutemen, they're at 704. We got the Freedom Fighters, which is my coalition, they're at 640. And then we have Mediterranean Nightmare, which is at 587. If you look at the Minutemen, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 members, which makes up the 704 in points. But then you got to pay attention to my coalition, because I have 1 other member. I don't have but 2 members, me and Mr. Smart Sync right here, which is also West Yakutsk. He has 72 points. I have 568. Now, what's important about this is that if I get 1,000 points, I win the game as a solo player, which is my goal. My goal is to win this whole map solo. Now, I do have a coalition member here in West Yakutsk, and I'm going to explain why I'm going to have to eliminate him. I will have to take over his territories, which would give me about 70 more points here. But how I eliminate him would be very key, and it would be very strategic how I deal with West Yakutsk. Now, the reason why I'm going to discard him is because, for one, he has committed treason, and I'll show you how and why. And then for 2, this is a game in which, you really don't have any friends. Me and West Yakutsk, we've been battling, we fought, and we decided to be friends and leave, and have a ceasefire and peace and all that good stuff. However, he has made some decisions since we have teamed up that I thought quantify as treason. And I'll explain and show you guys that in a little bit. So that's my coalition. And then we have the 3rd coalition, which is the Mediterranean Nightmare. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members. And their top 2 members are Zarimaru and JMSBP. This is also South Hijaz, and this is Mozambique. So they're in 3rd place. Now, I've made peace with this coalition. Reason being is because they fell from grace. They were once the #1 coalition. I beat them down, and Minutemen, they also beat them down. So we were kind of sandwiching this coalition. And so we beat them down now to the point where they're at 587. So they're really not a threat to me as much as the Minutemen. So I've chosen to have peace with these guys, and I've decided to focus more on this coalition because they're getting way too strong. And right now I have these two coalitions fighting each other, and I'm kind of just neutral at this point, which is a great position for me to be in. So with that being said, let's go to the map and let's see what's going on. Okay, I like to start off where I know I still have battles going on. Right now, that's probably the only spot right here where I have any battles going on. Everywhere else, as you can see, Sabotage is right here. We have made peace. But as you can see, I have a whole army waiting there because I was going to tear him up. But I decided to make peace with him because he got their coalition, like I said, got extremely weak. And I didn't need to take them all the way out because I need Sabotage to fight against these guys over here, which is Kentucky. This is the other coalition here. So let's do this. Let's take a look at this battle and see if I got anything going on, if I need to make any adjustments. Okay, so finally let's get that property there. And so all we're really doing at this stage is clearing out Baghdad from this area. I need that gone and that gone, and then I'll be a little bit more at ease. And at that point, once that is gone and that is gone, you still have Baghdad all the way over here, which is fine. As long as he's not anywhere near my borders. Now, let's deal with this guy who's in my coalition, West Irkutsk. Now, the reason why I say he has committed treason is because he has made a deal with this guy right here, Kentucky. And Kentucky is a major threat. Let me show you why. Kentucky is here. This is all of Kentucky. But then Kentucky has also came here. And they have also came here. No, I'm sorry, that's south of Jazz, but they're here. And as you can see, they're starting to spread right here. So now, that is a problem because, and also you can see, that is a problem because my coalition member here, Mr. West Irkutsk, he decided to share map. He decided to share map with Kentucky. Something I told him not to do. So let's go back to that discussion where I told him, hey, do not show anybody or do not share map with anybody because it exposes my entire operation. So let's look and see where I told him this. I said, I'm accepting them. Accept my request to join coalition. Okay, I said, okay, but make sure all your shared maps are closed. Only you will be allowed to see my vast empire and strategy. Let me know when you have done so, please. I've closed with the Mediterranean. No India maps available now. Right? But I've only shared maps with Kentucky as they are helping us fight the Mediterranean. After taking off Sweden, they will launch an attack back. I said, okay, but you do not have the whole world looking at you for weak spots. I do. So no map unless I establish good ties with Kentucky. Kentucky is the leader of the coalition, Minuteman. Talk with him properly. He will join too in defeating the Mediterranean. Can you build up? Da, da, da. So now, at that point, he has committed treason because, let me take a look at something. Here we go. He says, hey, can you assist me in taking out those tanks heading to my capital with your railguns nearby? And I said, oh, I thought I asked you not to share map with Kentucky until further notice. He writes, huh? Kentucky and I are fighting together towards South Hejaz, and we are working together. But you're in my coalition. So I'm not understanding. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Anyways, but as you can see, he's totally ignoring my request from him to not share map with this guy. Because if you share map with this guy, then you automatically, because you're in my coalition, are sharing map with him. As far as now, he can see everything that I got going on, everything I'm planning, every scheme. I can't see his because I don't have anybody sharing map with me that's in his coalition. But my coalition member has decided to share map and has become defiant about it. Meaning he doesn't want to change course. Like, what would it benefit him? This guy right here, who's in my coalition, what would it benefit him to give Kentucky that kind of access, that kind of intel, where he can see my entire empire? So by him doing that, after I requested him not to do that, he put me in a situation where now, if you look at his empire here, if you look at West Yakutsk, all of his stuff here, you will see I have somebody stationed in all of his provinces. Because for one, he has no room to not do what I tell him to do. He's still alive because I allowed him to stay alive. So the nerve of this guy to think that he can actually dictate anything is amazing to me. And so all we're going to do at this stage is let him think that that's okay, but it's not. And my plans are as follow. We will infiltrate every single province. As of right now, he should feel extremely threatened. He would also do stuff like, as you can see, little holes in my empire. I don't like these little holes in my empire. So he was purposely getting provinces that he really didn't earn. As I was killing the enemies off, he would sneak up and take, little provinces here and there. So I've also got men stationed on those provinces as well. So that in due time, this is going to be something you want to see. I'm going to make sure I notify you guys when I set this thing off. Because you're going to see all of these provinces. I'm going to try my best to make sure every province that he owns has some of my troops there to annihilate his entire. This is probably something you won't ever see really happen unless somebody really is focused like I am on doing this. I'm going to take every single last one of these provinces, 1, 2, 3, all of these, and we're going to do it in one big swoop. We're not going to take long. He is not going to have anywhere to go. Every province he got, there's going to be some fighting going on all sides. Even over here, I got him too. I got him. Now, okay, so right now I'm only at war per se, or in battle right now with Baghdad, and they're here, and we're going to go ahead and take these couple of provinces within the next couple of days, and we're going to continue to build my troops. Let's look at how many troops I got. Right now I have 36,414 troops. That's crazy. I have 1,394 provinces. 98% average morale. Let me show you guys something. This is crazy. This is crazy. All of my provinces, let's start over here. If you look, you'll see level 5. Level 5 forts all over. Level 5. Let's go over here. Fort. Level 5. Level 5. Level 5. Level 5. Level 5. Let's see. Level 5. Level 5. Level 5. Level 5. All over. Ooh, what we got here? See? Slipped on that one. Let's get it up. Let's get the forts done on there. I slipped on that one. Forgot about you. But right here, level 5. Well, I just got that province as well, so let me not be too hard on myself. Another level 5. And as you can see, the reason why I can put all my troops into West Yakutsk provinces and he not do anything about it is because, you know me, I'm going to have things waiting on any false moves, any action that I deem. As you can see, I got all these men over here waiting for anything for him to do, anything that I don't like at this day. He already has committed treason, so he's done. He's already done. We haven't really been communicating a lot lately and whatnot, but he's done. But if this guy was to try to do anything at all, these planes right here, as you can see, fully loaded, ready to go. That's some firepower right there, guys. If you see that pulling up on you, you better run. So, and it's on a level 5 as well. Level 5. Everything level 5. Let's see what we got. Let's go down even here. My goal was to make sure that I was economically and defensively sound. Level 5 all over here. Level 5. And not to mention it's going to be level 5, but also you'll see it has a railroad and everything else on there. Level 5 fort. So if you try to come and do anything on these provinces, you're going to have a lot of work to do. Level 5. 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 And that's crazy to have the entire Australia level 5'd up. I mean, how are you going to get through? I don't see how you get through that. Level 5. Up here. Level 5. Level 5. I mean, where are you going to go? Level 5. Level 5. How are you going to attack that? So this game, I really... Level 5, level 5, level 5. All of my stuff is level 5. I wanted to make sure that I have good defense. So you can imagine the amount of metal I've used, the amount of money it takes to build up your stuff like this. Level 5, 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 level 5. So almost all my provinces, except the ones I just got, are at level 5. Are you crazy? And not to mention the level 5 Yes, I have railroads everywhere. Yeah, yeah, railroad. So my guys are traveling extremely fast. Railroad. More money, more production, railroads. So this is a vast empire. This is how you prepare yourself to win a solo map. Now let me tell you where I started. Let me show you how I started. I started right here. I think I had just about right here was what I started as. So we go from having just, hold on a second. We go from about right here at the most. Come on now, work with me. Work with me. Okay. Now, that's about what I started. That's where I started right here. And then the way I went about it is I go and my first initial goal is I need to take over this entire land mass. So the first goal I started here and I took over this entire land. Then I knew I wanted to take the production I had from this land and migrate it here. So that was the second step, was I started to take over this area. Once you take over this entire Australia, you'll probably be one of the first. This is why I target Australia first. I target Australia first because Australia is the biggest continent that you can get all to yourself. See, if you look at Africa, if you look at South America, these are pretty large. So it's going to be very difficult for you to take over this entire continent by yourself. It'll take a while. It'll be very difficult. Africa as well, the United States as well, and as well as Asia. Only reason why now I dominate and I have all of this here is because I worked it from here and I just kept migrating. We just migrated all the way up into here and we started to build, and then we started to just keep our wall of defense up, kept building up these level 5s, and we kept pushing it up, not letting anybody get behind that line, and then we just continue to spread out all the way here. And so right now what I'm doing now is just positioning. As you can see, I have these guys here. I got troops coming here from Australia and from the close provinces nearby, and they're all coming here because we're going to eventually travel maybe in here somewhere. We're going to eventually come over here somewhere and park and see what we need to do if we need to attack. But this is going to take days to get from here to there, so we just want to be proactive. Another reason why we're looking at Benny is because I put a lot of sanctions on Benny. I realized that Benny had a lot of troops, but not a lot of resources to hold those troops. So I attacked his resources, and I put spies all over the place. I removed them because he's aware of what I was doing to him. Let me let you see the conversation. He's aware of what I was doing to him, and so I decided I'm gonna give him a day with no sanctions. Then I'll bring it back every other day. So that he won't know when to put up his guard. He won't know when to protect his properties. But let me just show y'all what I mean. Because when I get my intel, I like to see what these guys are talking about, what they're discussing. So my intel that I got let me know that he was talking about the sanctions I put on him and how it has been affecting him. And So I just need to be prepared militarily in case he decides to attack any of my provinces because of it. So as you can see, he doesn't have any food, a little bit of fish, no money, no oil, and everything else is pretty bare. That's due to the spies I put into his territory that has been sabotaging all of his stuff. So let's see what he got to say about it. And he has all these counter spies now, but I already removed them, so it's really useless. Now he says, I think that would be a wise move. He got that message from Kentucky. Bulldog 188 is Kentucky. So Kentucky is saying, I think that would be a wise move. This is stolen communication that I got from them. And he says, Benny here, he says, and not say he sends like 100 spies each day on my provinces alone. Actively on Sabotage. Check your provinces from time to time to see if you have some productions stalled. And somebody sent to Mexico, they are like roaches. So he's aware that I've been sending a lot of spies onto his provinces. But there's nothing he really can do about it. You know why? Because Benny is right here. He would have to send some troops all the way over here to do anything about it. And you know, he's not strong enough to do that. And then he's over here as well. He's here as well. And what he thought he was going to do was he had these little, ooh, okay, I can't see it no more. But right here, he has about 1,000 troops. No, he has more than 1,000 troops sitting right here. And I have my guys sitting right here. The key to this is I have 19 railguns waiting. I mean, he's kind of at my mercy in a way, because he doesn't have enough to counterattack that. And as you can also see, West Irkutsk here, West Irkutsk, I'm invading his whole area because he's supposed to be my teammate, my coalition member, but I feel he has been secretly working with the enemy the whole time. That's what I believe. I believe he's been secretly working with the enemy, and he's going to pay for that. I asked him not to share the map. He shared it anyway. And so that is an act of treason against my coalition. And I don't like to just backstab anybody in this game. I like to play with some integrity. But he gave me the perfect reason to go ahead and charge him with treason at the right time. Right? The only reason why I have not charged him yet and begin to wipe him out is because I want to still position more of my troops into these territories. I don't want to give him really any room. And I believe he probably does feel threatened. And I believe he may want to attack me. But I think he knows that's like suicide. So right now he's at the mercy of just waiting to see what I'm going to do. And I think that's a good place to have him. Because in this game, I think the worst thing you can do is ignore somebody who is in first. Number one, look at, I'm in first place. Why would you even attempt to do anything that I would not agree with or I tell you not to do? That means you don't respect the positioning that you're in. You don't respect the position that the other person is in, and you're not thinking intelligently. So so that's the next step. Is we're just going to continue to let this we're going to continue to let my troops expand and go into the different provinces. Continue to build my economy because we still have some stuff we have to build up. And just continue to slowly but surely take over these little provinces and build up my troops so that we can see where we need to attack next and where we need to focus our energy at this point. Right now I'm in a great position. Don't want to do anything hasty. Just maintain. Now, as you can see, let me show you some of my troops. So you can see how large and vast we are. As you can see, I got 300, 500, hundreds of troops everywhere. What I'm going to do here is I like to move a couple of those guys in. Let's get that done. And I usually like to take my troops, let them go ahead and move forward while my artillery guns shoot, so that just in case they send anybody, they'll run into this 119 troops that's coming versus attacking my artillery guns. Okay. Yeah, I had to send more troops. Wow, I lost 148 troops because they have what, a level 5? Oh wow. Okay, so they have a level 5 here. This was a mistake in a way because when you're dealing with a level 5, they're well protected. So wow, they really haven't lost any troops. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So that's why I had to send another 100 or so into that territory. But I think I'm going to need to send a little bit more help. So let's do this. Let's send him over here. Let's do that. And I think that is a good place to stop. It's not much that needs to be done at this point. As you can see, I don't have much oil, but that's because I have constant production. So don't let that fool you. Let me show you what I mean by constant production. If you hit something, okay, you'll see airplanes all over the place. And if it's not something being made, it's probably waiting. Oh wow, okay. But we have to get some of those queued up. But for the most part, I got something being made everywhere. These must have just came in. Oh wow, so we gotta get my production over. But yeah, airplanes everywhere. Okay, well, I guess we got it. Alright, well this is a good place to stop. We'll pick it back up, but this is a good place to stop. And let me see if I'm forgetting anything. I think I got everything covered. Yeah, I think I got pretty much everything covered. Well, alright, see you guys next time.